Welcome back to All About English and a very Merry Christmas to you. I'm Dennis Wilborn, and I'm excited to be wrapping up Chapter 2 of Charles Dickens's classic novel, A Christmas Carol, with you. In this Read All About It series, we've been breaking down the story into 26 parts as we follow Ebenezer Scrooge on his journey to discover the true meaning of Christmas. If you've been following along, you know that Scrooge has been visiting his past with the help of the ghost of Christmas past. In this final part of Chapter 2, we'll be concluding the first of the three spirits' visits. And I can't wait to see how this chapter ends and what insights the ghosts has shared with Scrooge. So grab your hot cocoa. Get ready to discover the true meaning of Christmas as we wrap up Chapter 2 of A Christmas Carol. And here we are, Chapter 2 of A Christmas Carol, Part 4. Jumping in with the vocabulary, grieve. Grieve. This is a verb. It means to feel very sad. We often hear the verb grieve when people are grieving the loss of someone that they really care about, maybe a loved one, or some people grieve over the loss of their pets, or the quiet quitters who grieve the loss of their job when they get quietly fired. All right, she has been grieving since her grandfather passed away. She has been grieving. Oh, so sad. All right, next one, verb, engross. If something engrosses you, you give it all your attention and time. Yeah, to give something your attention and time, all of it, to be engrossed or to engross. It's usually used in the past tense, but as you can see, something engrosses you. It can be used in the present tense. Usually, something is engrossing someone. All right. His business has completely engrossed him. Right. So the subject in this case is the business, and he's been completely engrossed by it. Right. Next one, verb. The verb alter. Another verb. Not very often we have so many verbs. This one, alter, to change a piece of clothing so it fits someone. Also, to change something. Yeah, anytime you change something, you alter it in a slight way. The subject or the sentence here: if we alter the restructuring plan, we will fail. Anytime you want to change something, you want to alter it. We're going to alter something. All right. Next is an adjective, dowerless. Now here's one that you don't hear very often because you don't hear what it means. Without a dowry. A dowry is money or property that in some societies a wife or her family must pay to her husband when they get married. Very old-fashioned in the West. There are some cultures that still do this. So she is dowerless, but I want to marry her because I love her very much. Oh, yes, I love her very much. I don't care that she has no dowry. I don't care that she is dowerless. Yeah, dowerless. Good one. And not to be confused with drowsiness. Drowsiness, a noun. This is a feeling of sleepy or tired. This medicine will cause extreme drowsiness if taken with alcohol. Yeah, do yourself a favor. Don't mix alcohol and medicine. Not usually a good idea. Drowsiness. Do not drive after you take medicine that causes drowsiness. Good idea. The drowsiness from my cold makes it difficult for me to work. Yeah, nobody likes that feeling of drowsiness. Let's get into the final part of Chapter 2, the first of the three spirits. Now, I want to remind you, this is an abridged version. The original version is much longer. It has several other places and scenes that we get to visit, but this is going to give us a little bit of a background into where Scrooge becomes Scrooge. And let's change the music to be a little bit less upbeat. A Christmas Carol, Part 2. The first of the three spirits, Part 4, here we are. He was not alone, but sat by the side of a fair young girl in a black dress, in whose eyes there were tears. "It matters little," she said softly to Scrooge's former self. "To you, very little. Another idol has displaced me. And if it can comfort you in time to come, as I would have tried to do, I have no just cause to grieve." "What idol has displaced you?" "A golden one. You fear the world too much. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?" "What then? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I am not changed towards you. Have I ever sought release from our engagement?" "In words, no, never." "In what then?" "In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in another atmosphere of life, another hope as its great end. If you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can even I believe that you would choose a dowerless girl? Or, choosing her, do I not know that your repentance and regret would surely follow?" "I do, and I release you with a full heart for the love of him you once were." "Spirit, remove me from this place." "I told you that these were shadows of the things that have been," said the ghost. "That they are what they are. Do not blame me." "Remove me!" Scrooge exclaimed. "I cannot bear it! Leave me! Take me back! Haunt me no longer!" As he struggled with the spirit, he was conscious of being exhausted and overcome by an irresistible drowsiness, and further, of being in his own bedroom. He had barely time to reel to bed before he sank into a heavy sleep. Wow. So we went from quite the positive and festive Christmas in the last part to perhaps the heartbreaking part of Scrooge's past. What idol does the woman say took her place in Scrooge's heart? Because clearly she's breaking up with him. Yeah, that's right. She says it was a golden idol. Gain. Wow. The master passions. She says something very interesting. "I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one." What on earth were his nobler aspirations? We don't know from this stanza, and having read the full book already, I know that it isn't really touched on what his nobler aspirations were. But the master passion, gain, meaning to gain more, has not left him. It's the only one. It's the master, and he is the slave. So what does the woman say has changed about Scrooge? Well, I just told you. What's changed is that his spirit has altered. In another atmosphere of life, she says, another hope as its great end. Another hope. So the other hope that he has is not her, it's not love, it's not romance or anything else. It's money. It's money and gain and power. And she says to him, if he were free, she can't even believe that if he had the free choice, she can't believe that he would choose a dowerless girl. Meaning the woman that he marries, the woman he chooses, must have a dowry. That's what she's saying. He's got to get something from marrying this woman, and apparently she won't get it. He won't get that from this girl. We don't know, but that's the implication. It's pretty sad. It's really, really heartbreaking, right? And so how did Scrooge react to the vision? Well, hopefully you had a better image in your mind than my acting, but I think he was really distraught by the image. I mean, he begs for the spirit to take him back, to remove him from the sight. Remove me from this place. I mean, why do you think he did that? And where did he end up after the vision? Well, of course, we see that he ends up right back where he started, in his bed. Good place to end up. All right. Again, language practice. We have some additional vocabulary to see how much you picked up along the way, some true or false to see how much you really understood. And now let's get to my question, which I hope that you'll answer in the comments discussion. This is an interesting, and I think this is cultural, and I think it has a lot to do with the different things today. But based on what you know about Scrooge and what you know of the story, do you think that the woman had a valid reason to break up with Scrooge? Was it valid for her to want to break up with him because he'd given up his passions and instead was pursuing only one, and that was more wealth? Is that a valid reason to break up with someone? Break off an engagement? An engagement. They were going to get married. You tell me. Let me know in the comments. And that is the end of chapter 2. We'll have to see what happens in the next chapter, which I will start this evening. Make sure you tune in later today to catch the rest of, to catch chapter 3, the beginning. Thanks very much. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining me on this reading of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And if you want to continue the story, just click on the box right over there. I am always grateful for your support, so please remember to like and subscribe for more from All About English. Merry Christmas.